Alrighty, hey everyone, so I am back, and as you can see, I've already removed my gel polish as well as all the crystals. I did that video on how to remove crystals and gel polish. So now I'm gonna go back in and just push my cuticles back, and I'm using this pink cuticle pusher by Tammy Taylor. So I'm gonna push all my cuticles back. Alrighty, so I've pushed my cuticles back. Now I'm gonna go in with a 180 sanding bit, and as remember, I switch my sanding bits after each client, so I take it off and put a new one back on. So remember, whenever you're removing the shine from the natural nail, all you want to do is go from one side of the nail to the other and just keep doing that until it's not shiny anymore. And it's very important for you to get like the corners and just everywhere, because any little water or moisture or anything that gets trapped under the nail will cause lifting. So you want to make sure you get that shine off really good. That way you don't have problems with lifting or anything. Same thing for the other hand. As you can see, it's shiny right there. So what I want to do is I just want to gently go in there and remove that shine. You want to make sure you don't file down too hard, because you don't want to damage their natural nail or your natural nail as well. So as you can see, I just go from one side to the other, and I just keep doing that until I get all the shine off. Alrighty, so now I'm just going to dust them off, and I'm gonna apply my OPI primer. So this is the one that I use, which is the Bondex by OPI. So I'm just gonna put it on the natural nail. And you want to make sure that this primer you don't get like on their skin, because it will burn them if they have any cuts. So I'll be using my Mia Secret acrylic system. I'm using my Alpha brush in a number 8, and it's an oval. I do have the link to their website, so I'll leave the promo code and the link in my description. So as you can see, I'll dip my brush into my liquid, I wipe it off, and then I dip it in and I wipe like half of the brush to where it's wet but not dripping. I dip my brush into the liquid, I wipe it off, I dip it into my acrylic, get a nice size bead. And remember, you want to make sure that you don't work with too much acrylic. As you can see, I place my bead closer to the cuticle area, I pat it down where I want it to go, and then I just brush it down towards the tip. And as you can see, it's on my cuticle right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the tip of my brush and just wipe that off. And make sure that when you're wiping, you don't just push it down. You just want to get it out of or off your cuticle. I know I've noticed that a lot of people actually like press down on that part, and then it leaves a bump right there. So just get the tip of your brush and just wipe that out of the way. And then I'm just going to do another one right in the middle and brush that towards the tip. Okay, I'm gonna do a tiny ball like right on this back part, only because I feel like I had a little gap, and clean that cuticle area really good. Okay, So as you can see, I still had some of that red on there that I didn't get off, but it's okay. So I get my bead, I place it down. Alrighty, so now I'm going to do the other hand, and I'm going to do the same thing. Place that bead closer to the cuticle area. I pat it down. As you can see, I'm pushing it back towards the cuticle, and then I brush towards the tip. Alrighty, so I finished filling in my nails, and that took me, it's 18 minutes and 12 seconds on the clock. So I just wanted to let y'all know how long it takes me to do a feel, and that was from pushing back my cuticles to removing the shine from the nail and actually filling in with acrylic. So now I'm gonna put that acrylic up, and now I'm going to reshape my nails and file them. So remember, whenever you're reshaping the nail, we're just getting the nail back to the shape that we want. And since I already have the coffin shape, I'm just going to redefine that shape. So as you can see, I get that file in like on the side of the nail, and I file straight forward, and then the tip I file at a 90 degrees angle as well. Y'all, that shape is everything. So now I'm gonna file the other hand, and I'm gonna do the same thing. So remember, you want to make sure that you like pinch that skin off the side, because as you can see, there's always acrylic right there on the sides. So you want to make sure you pinch their skin out of the way so you can file that off as well. And as you can see, whenever I'm doing my right hand with my left hand, instead of moving my file back and forth, I just move my finger back and forth. And then to have a really straight free edge, you want to make sure that you hold your file really straight. You don't want to hold it like this or like that. It has to be really straight at a 90 degrees angle. That way you have the perfect squared nail. Alrighty, so they are perfectly shaped, I think. Alrighty, so they are perfectly shaped. Now I'm gonna go in with my fine drill bit, and then I'm just gonna be filing all the nails. So what I like to do is I like to start from one side and then work my way around that cuticle area. Remember, you want to focus on that area, because if you were to leave any gaps, any water that gets under there will cause your lifting, so you want to make sure you get in there really good. And remember to always keep your file moving. If I was to just keep my file right there for a really long time, it will start burning. So you want to make sure you keep your drill moving and don't stop in one spot for too long. As you can see, I just go through it one time and then I go back through it again until I file good enough. Alrighty, so remember, you want to make sure that you're able to see your cuticles. So as you can see, my cuticles right there, you can see my natural nail under there, and then where the acrylic start out. So that's usually how you know if you filed good enough. You need to be able to see those three things. That way you know that the acrylic is not over your cuticle, because you can see all three of them. And then you want to make sure you check them from different angles. As you can see, there's no bumps or lumps on them, so I can move on to the other nail. Alrighty, so I'm going to do the other hand, and I'm going to do the same thing. Focus on that cuticle area. Just go back and forth from side to side. And whenever I do this hand, I do it a little bit slower, only because I don't want to cut myself. Alrighty, so I followed on my nails. Now I'm gonna go in with a buffer and I'm just gonna buff them all. Alrighty, so now I'm just gonna do some cuticle oil and then I'm gonna go wash my hands off. Alrighty, y'all, so I'm back. I just washed my hands and they're ready for polish. So I don't want to think about it too much, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do this color. Here's the number of it, and it's by Elite 99, and it's like a pale yellow, like this. It looks brighter in camera, but it's really not that bright. So I'm gonna do rhinestones on my pinky. So I'm gonna use this light to just put my hand on it, but I'm gonna do rhinestones on my pinky and then just do the rest yellow. I don't want to do too much because I just had all that bling and that bright red on my nail, so I just kind of want to tone it down a little bit. So I'm doing this holographic polish by COLORCLUB in the color Just My Luck. Alrighty, so I'm going in with this yellow, and as you can see, it's like a pastel yellow. I've been wanting a yellow for a while, but I feel like it wasn't hot enough outside to do one, so that's why I'm doing this lighter yellow, and it is by 99. It's a gel polish in a number 90546. Alrighty, so now I'm going to cure them for 30 seconds and I'm going to come back and do a second coat. Alrighty, so I'm going to go back in and do a second coat. Alrighty, so that's the second coat, and as you can see, there's some spots on the nails, where it didn't do a full cover, so I might have to go back and do a third coat, but I'm gonna let these cure for 30 seconds and then I'll come back and see. Alrighty, so I am gonna go back and do a third coat. Alrighty, so now I'm going to be applying some rhinestones on my pinky. So I'll be using my Mia Secret Gel Resin, my SS6 and my SS12, and then I'll be using my wax pencil to apply those. Alrighty, so now I'm going to be applying a matte top coat to them, and I'll be using my Elite 99 matte top coat. Alrighty, so this is how my first hand turned out. I feel okay about it. The color is I don't know. I'm just gonna leave them like this for now, but I might come back and add some more bling. I don't know. The color is pretty though. It looks brighter in the camera, but it's really not that bright. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this hand, and I'm gonna do the same thing, rhinestones on my pinky, and then that yellow on the rest of my nails. Again, I'm using this holographic polish by COLORCLUB in the color Just My Luck. now I'm going to be applying the rhinestones on my pinky. So once again, I'm using my Mia Secret gel resin, and I'm using my SS6 and SS12 rhinestones. Alrighty, so I am gonna end up adding some to both hands, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this one. Okay, I think that's more like me. That is much better. Alrighty y'all, so this is the final look. They turned out so pretty. I ended up adding a lot of bling to them. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram and Facebook at GetNailed32.